Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm Joy, the Detox Coach, and I help you to supercharge your superhuman. I want to ask you a question. What do you believe Beyonce, Eminem, and Kobe Bryant all have in common? Well, the correct answer is that they all have summoned an alter ego to help them overcome their fears and establish massive success in their particular fields. I am not a fan in any way, shape, or form of creating an alter ego, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But first, let me explain one of three options that you wake up in each and every day. There's only one of three of these modes. I don't care if you're a celebrity, if you are a CEO, if you're an athlete, if you're a student, or if you just consider yourself with a regular job. You wake up in one of these three options. Number one, you wake up and you create your day from your subconscious mind, which is your programmed mind. They say that 95% of people wake up in this mode. That means that based on your past experiences, beliefs, emotions, and habits, you have your day-to-day operations from that mode. You're in autopilot, basically. Number two, you're like a Beyonce or an Eminem when you create an alter ego. That means that it doesn't matter if you have had childhood traumatic experiences, if you've been considered an introvert, if you've been considered shy, if you're someone who is scared of sales, if you're someone who is intimidated by leaders. It doesn't matter what your, let's just say, perceived limitations are. You wake up and you summon an alter ego and you live life each day from this alter ego. That way you can be safe and you can protect yourself and shield yourself from your limitations and imperfections, and you can live life from the alter ego. Or number three, which is my favorite and what I recommend, and I believe and this is the problem I have with creating an alter ego, I believe that is a counterfeit. I believe number three is optimal, and that means you wake up every day and you ignite the supercharged version of yourself. And where do you get the supercharged version of yourself? Well, it's your God consciousness. And I like to call it your super consciousness. And you activate it every single day. And the reason why I like this version is number one, it's your divine design. And number two, it's not a counterfeit. It's not something that leaves you every day. It's something that is a part of you every day. And all you have to do is acknowledge that. And this is why I like calling it the supercharged version of yourself and your superconscious versus your God conscious. Because unfortunately, people have limitations on what they believe God is. There are some people who don't believe God is bold and fierce. They believe that God, in order for God to be holy, that it needs to be quiet and humble and shy. And so if your goals require you to be bold and passionate, then you may not want to step into a God consciousness because you may feel like that's not God, that's not what God would do, that's not how God would say it, that's not how God would step up to the plate, that's not how God would handle this situation. So you're stuck. So that's why I believe that we have a false sense and belief of who God really is. As a matter of fact, you'd be shocked. God's thoughts are not your thoughts. His ways are not your ways. So I believe when we step into our super consciousness, when we activate that super conscious version of ourselves, that we can be bold, that we can be fierce, that we can be energetic, that we can be limitless and relentless. However, it requires you to know that that is how you're supposed to be wired in the first place. You have to know that that is your greatness. You have to know that that's your full potential, and you will no longer accept that limited version of yourself, and you will no longer believe that you have to create an alter ego, which is a counterfeit to your greatness, and you have to start stepping into the best version of yourself that is in you already. It's waiting for you already. It's waiting for your acknowledgement already. Until next time, guys, R3 for life.